She was brilliant and restless, a philosopher who refused to just think the truth. She tried to live it. But her radical search for purity and justice would lead her into factories, into war zones, and ultimately to an early grave. This is the story of Simone Weil, the philosopher who starved for truth. Welcome to Philosopher Files, where dangerous ideas, forbidden thoughts, and the lives of radical thinkers take center stage. Simone Weil was born in 1909 into a wealthy Parisian family. But from the very beginning, she rejected comfort. Even as a child, she refused food for days, an early sign of both her fierce willpower and her fragile health. Brilliant at school, she quickly rose through France's elite institutions. But unlike most intellectuals of her time, Weil didn't want to remain in the ivory tower. To understand oppression, she went to the factory floor. She worked as a laborer, enduring grueling conditions, injuries, and humiliation, believing only direct experience of suffering could lead to truth. Politically, she was a rebel, active in workers' movements, critical of both fascism and communism. In the Spanish Civil War, she joined the anarchist militias, clumsy with weapons but determined to share the fate of the oppressed. And yet, her political radicalism was soon overshadowed by a mystical turn. Weil's philosophy fused Christianity, Platonism, Buddhism, and ancient Greek tragedy. She spoke of gravity and grace, gravity as the weight of necessity and suffering, grace as the upward pull of divine love. For her, the deepest act was attention, a radical openness emptying the self in order to truly perceive others and the divine. But Weil's refusal to compromise extended to her own body. She lived in chosen poverty, gave away most of her salary, and ate less than the poorest. In exile during World War II, diagnosed with tuberculosis, she still refused proper food. She would only eat what she believed was available to those suffering under Nazi occupation in France, often even less. In 1943, at just 34 years old, Simone Weil died in a sanatorium in Ashford, England. Officially tuberculosis, in reality a slow-willed starvation. A death that blurred the line between martyrdom, philosophy, and self-destruction. Simone Weil remains one of the most haunting figures in modern philosophy. To some she was a saint, to others a tragic fanatic. She left behind works like Gravity and Grace and A Need for Roots, texts that continue to challenge, disturb, and inspire. Her crime? Perhaps it was to live philosophy so uncompromisingly that life itself became impossible. So what do you think? Was Simone Weil a philosopher-saint, or did her radical devotion cross the line into self-destruction? Let us know in the comments. And please keep in mind, this series is researched with great care and passion for philosophy. Still, in a vast landscape of sources and interpretations, details can sometimes be missed or represented imperfectly. If you notice anything that needs correction or clarification, we at the Hegel-Haus Museum truly appreciate your feedback and input in the comments.